I didn't know what the fuck that question meant. They should word it better.
The freer the market, the freer the people. The market's already supposedly supposed to be free, so
But there's still rules and regulations we
there are still
follow.
rules and regulations. Because if you do it too laissez-faire, too hands off, shit can get pretty out of hand, and you might get monopolies that way.
And you might get fucking purged.
You might get purged as well, man.
So
And
how free are we trying to be? Because look, if you think there's a problem with class, and you give the freedom to the people to the fullest, what do you think the higher class will do to the lower class? That's a perspective that the movie Purge actually points out. I don't think they did a good job with it, but it's like it's just an idea that they put there. I would agree with that.
Okay. It is a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled and branded consumer product.
Strongly agree.
Yeah.
Who can agree? Who can disagree with that?
That's why we got Brita filters, but even that, it's just another way to like filter your water and pay somebody else to do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. You should be able to plant your house wherever you want, and not have to pay for it.
Damn.
Only pay for the materials.
Damn, bro. These are taking some thinking space, man. Like,
that's the idea.
That's like crazy shit. So this question is fucking getting to me.
They get more difficult, or more pensive. Not difficult, but like they make you think harder as the quiz progresses.
Cause I think it should be. So you can make money, right? You're already fucked in this country, but because you need to make money. So,
okay, 40 here.
40 ounce. Coke 45. Coke 45.
Mm-hmm.
I would agree. But it's just up there in the iffiness.
You agree, but in certain circumstances.
I agree to an extent because it's a control method, and you're gonna have less chaos if people see the rules.
So it kind of relates to the last question.
Yeah, in a way. So it makes good shit.
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
Absolutely, strongly, 100%. The bar is not high enough. Agree.
Because you got people who just fuck around with the stock market. Just pump and dump that shit.
Not saying any names, but we all know.
People got that with cryptocurrency. That's basically the new stock market with like the nerdier stock market because people are just dropping money in that and whatever they see.
You gotta hand it out though, because the ones that actually opted out at the right time are the lucky ones, and the ones that I don't know, they're probably still in that shit. Yeah. It's just getting lower and lower.
Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. I do not know what protectionism is. Let me look that up.
Protectionism is sometimes shit. Yeah, new word. Protectionism. I mean, you know what protect means, right?
Yes, protection.
It's like holding it down for your shit.
Protectionism. I looked it up before.
You did?
Makes sense. The theory or practice of shielding a country's domestic industries from foreign competition by taxing imports. Economics. I hate economics. Examples of protectionism. Tariffs, quotas, embargoes. This is a tax on imports. Quotas are a physical limit on the quantity of imports. Embargoes are a total ban on a good. So like you have candy that's specifically sold in Mexico, or like candy that's specific to like Korea, and they can't bring them here for whatever reason. You got Pokemon cards that are Japan exclusive, and then they don't come in here for whatever reason. I don't know if that necessarily is something that would be protectionized, but that's an example that comes to mind. Because there's a difference between releasing.
Damn, dude, these do get harder. So, like, should these countries be able to bring in whatever they want? Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, and make money off of it.
It's kind of risky.
Because what if they're like really good products, like Korean skincare? Like
it could
supposed to be like super really freaking good, like skincare, and we're just like really behind in the American market.
The more we import to this country, the more regulations need to be, subjected.
that's why we have quotas, embargoes, and tariffs and stuff like that, like what I just
Yes.
mentioned.
I would say I would agree. Yeah, yeah. It's necessary to do that to some extent because we're already in a government. The world's a government, so
And then the only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. So if you own stocks in that company, they should have all the profits of that company.
no, man. Damn, dude.
This would make a little bit more sense if we had stocks in anything, but I don't have any stocks in anywhere.
Well, this is literally a question that makes me go ping pong like back and forth in my head because then there's like the shareholders, what the companies, what's their goal to make money?
To make money.
How do they make those monies? It's not with the shares, right? It's with the customers, or that's a part of the business. But
yeah,
where would their biggest incomes come from?
uh-huh.
That's the only question.
Yeah.
Well, the company already takes, like, you get a piece of the company's profit because you're investing into the company with your own money, but you're taking a risk because you could lose that money. That's how the stock market works.
Yep.
Shit. Damn, this is too much thinking for this question, man. Because now you're not just thinking of one person, you're thinking of whole fucking companies. Well, that's what all these questions, but this is a fucking financial question.
I hate economics.
I love economics, but like it's just something that's I haven't looked as into as I should have. You know, like I need to look more into it.
Dude, economics suck. I hate economics. You should just
It's fucking great.
abolish money.
But then what are we gonna do? Work for each other all the fucking time?
Just go out to the woods and chop some fucking wood.
Build a nice house.
Build your own house. Live off the land. Yeah.
All I know is if I'm building a house, it's gonna be shit. I'm just fucking with you. I can build a house.
You build one house, and then you build another house when you get tired of the where you live. You know?
Give the old house to somebody else.
Yeah, give it to somebody else. Give it to your kids.
But then you'll have
They'll make
to
it better.
you'll have to protect your house from people that want to just randomly settle in. So where the fuck did we go with this topic? The only social responsibility of companies should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. Disagree. Period. No, that's not the only thing. Should be to fulfill the needs of its clients.
Yes.
Okay? Bring top shit to the clients because they're paying for that shit.
And what about the employees?
The employees need to make the money from their quality shit.
The rich are too highly taxed.
Who the fuck is this? Like supposed? Is this this is a literacy test?
That personally,
Absolutely not.
no. I don't
No,
think they're
then
taxed enough.
yeah, they're definitely not taxed enough.
Some of them don't even pay taxes,
Yeah, what the fuck?
and they get away with it.
They need to pay more
IRS,
taxes. What the
Y'all
fuck?
need to come for those people.
It doesn't make sense because look, they tax you more. They make it harder for you to get rich. Like they're keeping you. They do not want you to be rich. That's like the system, how it's built. Because they don't want to give you that fucking money. They want to be rich so they can have people to control. That's just how it works.
Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. This is kind of one of those things that
It makes sense to me. That makes very much sense because like with the Medi-Cal, how you I don't know if it's still like this because I haven't been in the doctor in a while, but back then when my jaw got broken, from what I understood, they were priority. People with that card, with the Kaiser Permanente card, they were priority. So even if somebody was having a heart attack, they would take the Kaiser person first because it's a priority. So I don't agree with that. I'm like, the person with the most needs and with higher abilities to pay should be taken care of. But that you can't just exclude the poor people because they're humane. That depends on. Fuck, it depends on how.
It depends on what the base level is for healthcare. What's included with how we have free healthcare here.
I think
with Medi-Cal, what is included? Who is going to accept the free, and then who is going to be willing to pay a little bit more for something a little better, like included dental insurance or something. or something super rare that might happen, like I don't know, like fucking liver failure.
Liver failure.
I don't know. That's what I thought of.
All
Some
right.
people are a little higher risk.
I agree with it. Oh man, these are fucking rough.
We're probably misinterpreting them to fucking hell, but
I think we aren't.
we're getting out of it what we're putting into it. Governments should penalize businesses that mislead the public.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like the public is accountable for their own actions, so should big companies have more control over people.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationalists to create monopolies. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationalists to create monopolies. So Apple buying out a whole bunch of companies, like recently I think they made air tags, like a little thing that you can put on your keys or your purse or whatever. Not that you have a purse, but like your backpack or whatever. And if you lose it, you can find it with your iPhone. And there was already a company that was kind of doing that called Tile. So they're kind of stealing their idea and making yet another thing that fits in with the Apple ecosystem to like kind of seal the bridge, make it harder for you to switch out of the iPhone.
Damn, dude, this is.
Yeah. He's having to think.
I need to take the hat off because
it's getting hot in here, baby. These are some hot takes.
These are some.
I wouldn't say these are hot takes.
These are some deep takes, man.
Deep takes.
I need to just put my head down because like I'm trying to think about this one. A genuine free market requires restrictions. I agree with. On the ability of yes, I do agree. Well, yeah, it's like because you could definitely make fucking hustle that way. Like you can hustle people that way. So I would definitely require restrictions because companies are not honest.
Next question. Abortion. A very controversial topic indeed. I don't think it is, but some people think it is.
Nope.
Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
So should a woman get abortion or not? Or should it be legal? I think it should be up to the woman. And people say, look, there's a living person in there, but I'm like, well, that's none of your fucking business. Okay, you do not know what that other person's going through, so let them do what they gotta do to make their life better. Stay out of their business. Okay, and if you want to get yourself in a situation like that, you do got to be careful too. But I just think people need to keep their shit to themselves. As long as you're not hurting anybody. You know what I mean?
But technically you are, because you are technically
Yeah, I know, but
getting rid of the body inside of you that is forming.
But still, that's up to the government.
Yeah, sometimes it's just not, it's not necessarily always your fault. Some people say teenage pregnancies, not all teenage pregnancy is just some kids being fucking around being stupid. Sometimes the kids get molested and they get raped or whatever, and they have no choice but to keep the baby because of the family's values.
Well, I think that it needs to be available so that people can, do what they need to do if anything happens, and the more resources they have, the better. I think, because there's the thought that like, is it really better to keep this baby alive, or is it better to just that's a dark thought, but it's just another one like another thing that kind of goes into mind.
Because what if they're like somebody like Hitler? They try to do some kind of genocide when they grow up, or
not like that. It's just like, what if their life sucks so fucking bad because and it's better to just not have a life. I don't know. That's kind of a dark way to think. But that's just another thought too.
Like the mother isn't responsible, or like
she don't give a shit
in a situation where she has enough responsibility to take care of the kid without like having to sacrifice something else that she's living through.
That's I'm gonna go with like when women's not should it be illegal. Disagree. It's that woman's choice, not mine. Then that couple's choice.
Ooh, this is a spicy one. All authority should be questioned.
Absolutely.
Yep. No debate about that one. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Ooh, agree.
How do you feel about revenge?
I like revenge. But at the same time, we're all human, you know?
Yep.
We all make mistakes. It's the best time to get over shit.
Mm-hmm.
But revenge does feel good. Just, as long as it's in controls, you know, as long as you have it controlled,
Mm-hmm.
keep it in check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always for the peaceful side. You know, I don't like to start drama. I mean, I don't like to hurt people's feelings, you know, intentionally.
Intentionally.
Yeah.
Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. So if they don't have enough money to survive on their own, we shouldn't be paying for it.
How do you get money, man?
Especially nowadays, you know, people gotta, you know, some places like that closed down because
COVID.
Yeah, COVID. Should we be responsible for keeping them open? Because they're like, sometimes they're like huge companies, like the movie theater, and then there's like maybe the museum is like a locally owned thing by some person.
Yeah, I disagree. Because, like, it should be easy to help the public and help yourself with providing some sort of product that other people can like. And if you can somehow make it on your own, I think fine. But
Really does make you think, though, huh?
should they be like? Well, we shouldn't pay for it if they make it on their own. Good for them.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go with disagree. Wait. Is that agree or disagree?
Yeah, taxpayers shouldn't.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be. They shouldn't have to.
Yeah. So.
That would be agree.
All right. Agree.
Yeah. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory.
I think it's good to be on time. It shows responsibility. And I think people don't take attendance seriously enough. Yeah. That's my 2 cents on that shit.
Compulsory meaning like required by law.
Yeah. I think it should be.
Quickly looking that up on my phone. All people have their rights, but it's better for us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Do you believe in segregation?
No. I believe the group you roll with are the people you should stay with. If you really like them, doesn't matter if you're what race they are, in my opinion, or whatever they believe in.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you get along, you'll be fine. You know.
Like in the disagree side.
We'll go with that.
Good parents sometimes have to spank their children.
Disagree.
If you raise them right, you raise them right.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you did it.
Exactly.
And it is natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. You know?
Yeah, that's fucking natural. How the fuck is that? Yeah, that's just how it is. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Of course not.
Tell them.
Of course not. No.
The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs and make society better.
Yeah.
I added that last part in.
That's so fucking good. Yeah, that's how the fuck is society not already like that? It's like, it's run by a bunch of fucking idiots in the White House. Don't know shit. They're still living in the industrial era. School? What? World War II?
People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce.
Nah, I disagree.
Everybody deserves to get some head.
Yeah, what the hell?
The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline.
Yeah.
Because then you get spoiled little brats who can't take criticism.
I fucking hate people like that.
There are no savage or civilized people. There are only different cultures.
define savage, I guess, because that's like, there's some what people call extremists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But savage, the way it's worded is I assume people who are like somewhere rural, like let's say some little village in Mexico, where they have like different values, and they come here, and they're like, you know,
have to adjust.
yeah, they have to adjust. Do you think that's
There's
just part of their culture, or just
are they
because
savages?
they're savage?
There are no savage and civilized people. There are only different cultures. I think there's definitely savage people out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with agree. Wait, no, I'd go with disagree. Okay.
Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society support. The whole disability argument, unemployment payments, social stimulus checks. If they aren't working, if they are out of their job, and they don't bother looking for a job, they shouldn't get the money.
Yeah. They should not get the money. What the fuck? Life is a survival,
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay alive as long as you can. And if you can't do that, you shouldn't get a handout because I didn't get a handout. What the hell? I didn't get a handout. Like, it's like that for everybody, man. I was homeless. And I didn't ask nobody for money. I just did it myself.
Next question. When you are troubled, it's better to not think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. Don't worry about it, it'll just go away later.
Because, like, yeah, that's a good, strong way to be. Because eventually you'll get over it.
Mm-hmm. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. So if they're just fresh off the boat and they hop over the border, and
I disagree with that. Wait.
Depends on what age you get here,
It depends, but it also depends on the intelligence of the immigrant. So it's like, it doesn't matter what country they're from.
Mm-hmm.
Can they adapt to this environment?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever environment they may be, I guess.
Oh, wow, this was just updated recently. That's interesting. Next question. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us.
No, absolutely not. Because it's their corporation, you're different, separate individual.
And lastly, no broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Interesting, because then you wouldn't have places like PBS, which is literally funded by the public.
Mm-hmm.
And they have stuff for everybody. They got stuff for kids, they got stuff for adults. They had PBS Kids Go for a while, and that was for like teenagers. And then you had, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of other free stuff that you can get that's already out there that's being publicly funded.
I think it's fine to receive public funding because it's up to the public that want to keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for the people. Give the people what they want.
No broadcasting institutions should receive public and no public funding.
I mean,
yeah.
Shit. It's 2 more pages, god damn it. Fucking hell, it's long as hell.
It makes you think.
Yeah. Brain's tired.
Scroll up a little bit, there's a little bit of a header note.
Header.
And how you see the wider society. We really do live in a society,
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
I'm isolated as fuck. What you talking about? I'm kidding.
Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. 9/11 ruined airports.
I mean, America kind of ruined airports.
Yeah.
But it was for our own safety.
Mm-hmm.
And still for our safety. That's hard because you want to protect people, but you don't want to take rights away because then you'll get these people wearing MAGA hats and shit
Mm-hmm.
saying that they're being oppressed. um, I would agree, just agree, for that very reason.
A significant advantage of one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all of the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system.
Wrong. It just doesn't work that way because people are obviously going to disagree because not everybody's going to disagree or agree with the same thing.
Even people from the same party are going to disagree.
Yes, exactly. People from the same parties or wherever group they're from, they're going to have disagreements. Unless they're going to get killed or something, you know.
Yeah.
So that's like a different take.
Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could agree with that. You know, just shit. Be careful, don't hurt anybody.
Don't be stupid on the internet.
Yeah, mind your business. Don't break any laws, you know, because they're looking for your ass. So, careful.
And they got you on lock.
Exactly.
The death penalty should not be an option, or it should be an option, rather, for the most... Wait, let me reread that. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes.
Nope.
Guy comes in, murders a family of 4, their kid and their dog. They should be sentenced to death or
no? I think no, they shouldn't, because it's worse to serve out your sentence and know that you fucked up your whole life and wasted it than it is to just say, "All right, I'm dead. Now they killed me, and I don't have to worry about anything anymore." So, death penalty? Nah, no death penalty. I'm not a death penalty guy. Less killing is good.
True. In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and below to be commanded.
Yeah, well, Native Americans had a chief. Worked just fine. It's all about respect. Because, like it or not, we're in a society, right? So, yeah, that's how it's been. It's what people are used to. They have to either be leaders or be led. So I would agree. But then that's also leaves room for people to have a fucking ego, which is not good.
And it's very rare to find a good boss who's compassionate and considers everybody equal, giving in what they get out. And next question is, abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all.
I strongly disagree with that because all art represents emotion and thoughts inside someone else's head. So to me, art always represents something, whether you understand it or not, whether it's supposed to be understood or not.
Art, even if it's like a blank canvas, like with one dot.
Well, that person, what was he thinking? I don't know. He wanted to put something out. Obviously, it's worth millions for some reason. But I honestly do. That pissed me off. One fucking dot, now you're a millionaire. How? Anyway.
Well,
I mean, that does piss me off as an artist. God damn, that fucking
Because definitely, you know, they probably could have been like trying to sell, you know, the Mona Lisa too,
or Picasso or some shit.
House, and they've been trying to auction it off at like an art piece at like an art gallery or something, and nobody's interested in it. And then suddenly you just come over and like, fuck it, stab the canvas, bring it to the art gallery. It bids for higher and higher. People, here you make up some bullshit story, or just say because you were super fucking mad at the world, and so you stabbed the canvas with a really dark red, stabbed it all over the canvas, you know, and then sells for like $10 million.
To me, I think Um,
Because then that goes back to what you were saying. All art, you know,
has emotion.
has emotion. It's abstract. It represents something in one way or another,
Hmm.
even if it's supposed to critique what it's, you know,
Even if
trying to
it's
get
just
at.
a dot.
Yeah, even if it is just a dot.
Like why, right? That's
Yeah.
like people are.
There's a motive behind everything.
Yeah, I would strongly disagree with that because it's art. Okay,
No matter how frustrating it can be.
that fucking dot is art.
It's all subjective, anyways.
Yeah.
In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than a rehabilitation.
Disagree. Strongly disagree.
Because people can change. They
Yeah.
always do.
And this fucking criminal system does not rehabilitate anyone. It wants money. That's what it does. Okay. That's why they put people in prison.
It is a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals.
There are some that kind of just don't care anymore. You know, they're just like, whatever, fuck y'all, I'm gonna die here and shit. I disagree because, like, give it a shot and see what happens. I think everybody deserves a chance.
The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist.
Fuck no, what the fuck? Fuck them.
Hell no.
Fuck them, they could suck a fucking nut. Eat dirt afterwards.
Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. If a mother has a kid, they deserve to be at home and only work at home.
But
worry about the kids.
If they're a single mother, then like it's a lot harder. It's up to them. Yeah. Well, no, I strongly disagree. It's not their. Well, they brought the kid into this world. It's their responsibility. But then back to the abortion subject.
It depends on what values their family had before, you know? What kind of way they swayed.
I'm not a fucking woman, so I'm like, well, that's not something I'm really I don't fucking
keen on, you know?
Yeah, I don't really care about that shit, but like mothers may have careers, but their first duty yeah, I think I would agree cuz like you made that kid, how the fuck are you just going to abandon the kid? But I also get that, you know, women have their shit that they got to do and you know, especially single mothers, which I feel for them, especially. So it's harder for them.
Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. Companies going into the Amazon, destroying the forest so they can build more factories. And
yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck those assholes.
And then lastly, making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Are you down with the man? Or the man knows best?
The man don't know shit. Strongly disagree. Oh, you want to pretend like all is fine is not a display of maturity. It's a display of cowardness. Instead of facing the problem head on, you're going to go and sweep it under the rug, huh? Like, fuck no. Some pussy shit.
If you got through that okay, you'll find these propositions on religion a breeze.
Oh,
I know
good.
you got some strong opinions on religion.
Yeah.
First question. Astrology accurately explains many things.
Disagree.
Your brother would disagree otherwise.
Yes, he would. We'd argue about it for like 45 minutes again.
You cannot be moral without being religious.
Disagree. Like, oh, God, these questions are starting to piss me off.
Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged.
I can agree with that. I'm like,
if the charity is legit.
Yeah, if the charity is an actual legit charity, I know it's a legit charity. I'll be like, okay, yeah, it's a good thing, you know. Social Security.
Because then you save up for Social Security.
There's Social Security benefits though that help society. So charity is better than Social Security.
Kind of slouching. Hang on.
Okay.
There, you're good. Continue.
I'm just thinking because being homeless, um, I didn't really go to charitable organizations. I did for like food, so I'm wrong. I did go to those charitable organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but are they better than Social Security benefits? Like you lose your job, now you have the unemployment,
Mm-hmm.
or you still have health insurance,
Mm-hmm.
things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just getting off charity, it sounds like you're pretty much on your own there.
Mm-hmm.
Charity is available for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Social Security is for the working class. But wait, no. Charity is better than Social Security. Dang, that's hella hard too, man. Shit. I would say no. I disagree. It's not. Charity is not better. It's definitely not. Yeah, it's not better.
It's an alternative, but it's not necessarily better.
Yeah, it's like if you have no fucking option left.
Uh-huh.
You go to charity or some sort of charitable organization and get some food or some rental assistance.
Mm-hmm. Some people are naturally unlucky.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Just because they come
that's-
from and shit.
Sometimes it really just kind of happens.
I've been around people like that, man.
It's just everything goes wrong.
Yeah.
No matter what they do to try to get everything right, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like you're like this close and they always fuck it up somehow. It's just like it's those people, man.
And lastly, it is important that my child's school instills religious values.
Yeah, hell no. Fuck no.
They deserve to have their own choice in what they believe in.
They do, but yeah, don't be trying to make it everyone else's thing.
Mm-hmm. Finally, a look at sex.
Interesting.
This is the penis.
This is a dick. This is a vagina. It's represented by a donut and a wiener. Alright.
Sex outside marriage is usually immoral.
Oh, you're stupid.
Can you explain your reasoning?
Because it's all fucking made up rules that shouldn't even exist. It's my views on religion, dude. It's pretty fucking simple.
A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. If they have the means to take care of another child that's not their blood, and they want to help make society better and make that child's life better, go for it, man. I'm rooting for you.
And then pornography. Depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with porn.
Nope.
Unless, depending on what kind of porn you watch.
Motherfucker's gonna jack off either way. But don't fucking look up anything stupid or fucking nasty, fucking fuckers.
Stay on Pornhub and not the deep web.
No, not fuck Pornhub. Pornhub's out of business for the next videos.
Yeah. Brazzers. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state.
Yeah.
What happens in the bedroom stays in the bedroom.
Y'all want to shit up your ass, do it. I don't fucking care. I don't want to hear about it. But just, I ain't gonna tell nobody and I ain't gonna fucking ask you about it either.
And then secondly, to lastly, no one can naturally feel homosexual. Do you develop it? Do you start feeling it? Do you just know right out of the womb that you're fucking gay?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. How did you find out? Like, what?
Looking at porn. I looked at porn. I saw some titties. I wasn't really into that. And I started looking down. And then it was the dudes I was more into. And then I was like, that's my man.
There you go. And that's how the cookie crumbles. So you feel like it was natural, like, okay, when you just see it, you know it.
Yeah. Yeah, you just kind of see it. Sometimes I feel attraction to women, that's why I label myself as bisexual. But it usually just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I get you. No one can feel natural. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't make the rules. I don't, but naturally I would say I would disagree because it's like I don't know other people's emotions. I just know my own. So I would disagree.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far.
Disagreed. Be open about that shit. Just be open for the consequences to come afterwards.
It's true. Yeah.
Now let's see where you stand.
So the big reveal. Dun, 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 dun.
So I'm straight up fucking liberal.
Yeah, you're a little bit more liberal than I am. I put right about here-ish. Right about here.
Why'd you look at that shit?
Yeah.
Merca. No.
Want to wrap it up?
Yes, thank you all very much for watching. Have a great night, and any support I appreciate. And take care. Remember, stay safe and play games and work hard and do all that shit. Make some beats. Good night.